because you have so little faith. Truly, I tell you, if you have faith like a grain of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. We all are well versed with this saying, which means faith, even if it's the size of a mustard seed, is placed in the all-powerful God. Great things can happen. And that's exactly what happened with Ankita. Her water broke when she was just 26.5 weeks pregnant. Her world was shattered, but not her faith. And they actually got their miracle baby boy after 3 weeks of hospitalization and 45 more days of his NICU stay. It was a tough time for the family, but they all stood together and made it happen. What's more inspiring with this lady is that she even has her own home-based food venture, Manna Bakes, that is growing beyond boundaries. So let's interact with this lady who lives with hope, faith, patience and love. Let's interact with Ankita. So, hi Ankita, how are you?
Hi Gitika, I'm fine. Thank you. How about you?
I am absolutely fine and welcome to the series of Real Mom Interviews by NewMomLife.com.
Thank you so much. It's fun to be here.
Same here, dear. It's a pleasure to have you on this platform and it's lovely connecting with you.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. So before beginning with the session, let me tell you, Ankita, that I will be recording it and uploading it on the YouTube channel and the website that we manage. So are you fine with it?
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much. So shall we begin with the session now?
Absolutely.
Right. So Ankita, I also saw on your Facebook page, right? You have a very, very inspiring journey of your complete birthing process, right? So can you please share that with our viewers? I think it will be a great encouragement for many moms.
Sure. So I have two boys. One is 14 and second one is 11 months old. He would be 1 year old on 1st April 2021. So last year, when I was 26th week pregnant, my water broke and I was rushed to the hospital.
Right.
So a day before my water broke, I went to the hospital and everything. I went through all these scans, the regular routine checkup of the pregnancy. Everything was perfect. But all of a sudden, in one day, in 24 hours time, everything changed. Water was empty. There was not even a single, the amount of water which has to be in your womb for the baby, it has to be plus, more than above +6. Mine was in negative. Mine was in 0.0 point, right? So I was rushed to the hospital, and when you go to hospital in that condition, you tend to hear all the negative things. So my doctor also told me that if in case you give birth to your baby today, please expect that your baby is going to have lungs issues, brain issues, and we are not sure how he would be. He would be definitely below 1 kg. So, so many things. Plus, I'm in Singapore, so the amount of the hospital, the charges for the hospital is also very high. So they quoted me around $250,000 for the complete treatment. And on top of that, they were not sure about either baby's health or my health. So that, and then I was in the hospital for the bed rest. We were praying that baby has to be inside for at least 32 weeks. But my baby planned to make an entry after 2.5 weeks. So when I was 29th week pregnant, I all of a sudden, because there was no water, so I could feel the kick and the movement of the baby. It becomes very clear that your water is not there. You can see your baby moving everywhere, right? So I was rushed to, I was taken to the operation theater, and that time also they were like, okay, they gave me shots for the lungs and for the brain for my baby, and they were like, okay, we are setting the right expectation. Do not be hopeful. Please expect that your baby would be immediately shifted to NICU. And because I told them, is it possible to show me his face? Because I was aware about the gender. Here we can do the gender check, right? So I was aware that it's a boy. And so then they said, no, it's not possible because, it's 29, he's 29 weaker. Top of it, there was no water for 3 weeks for him. We don't know about his lungs. We don't know about his brain. The first thing which they told me is that just pray that your baby, when he comes out of your womb, he should be crying. If he's crying, that means 50% we have won the war. So, they gave me anesthesia, but still I remember each and everything. I was crying, I was praying, I was like, Lord, please help me. I want my baby to be, champion baby, because I have always prayed for my champion baby. And I don't know what to do, but the time when he comes out of the womb, doctor should be stunned. So when he came out, he was screaming and crying. So the doctor came to me and doctor were like, Ankita, we have one first phase. Your baby's crying. That means his lungs are okay. He will not require oxygen. But they did not show me. Oxygen. But they did not show me his face. So and then I was crying and I don't know. I cannot express the amount of pain. You see your baby, but yes, the good news was he was crying and the lungs are okay. So then he was rushed to an ICU, and all the nurses and everyone was so happy. They were like, congratulations, Ankita. Your baby is 1.75 kgs weight, which is not natural, which is not normal for 29 weekers. Because in before 30th week, the baby is only 1.5. The chubbiest baby is also 1.5. So I was like, see, my miracle baby. So I was telling them, in the anesthesia mode also, I was telling, see, I prayed. My God. I prayed. My God is a good God, And then he was moved to an ICU, and my hubby went with them. So I got to see him the next day, because the first day I was not allowed after C-section. And my C-section was emergency C-section, so it was quite painful. It was a very big procedure. And my hubby saw, he clicked pictures, he showed it to me. I think that was the worst pain in my life. If you don't have money, it's okay. If you don't even have health, that is also okay. But if your baby is in hospital and he's not with you,
I can understand, Ankita. I can totally relate.
Yeah, and then he was in the hospital. He was in ICU for 10 days. And on the 11th day, he was shifted to SCN, that is a special care nursery. And so total hospitalization period was 45 days. So immediately after confinement, after my discharge, I used to go every day to the hospital. And that was a period of complete lockdown in Singapore.
Yes.
Breaker.
Yes.
So only either a father or mother was allowed for a complete month. So my husband, he could not go and meet him. So I was the person every day. I was going there. I was sitting beside him for hours and hours, praying. And I was just praying that, I want baby to come with me to home. Every evening when I used to leave him there, I can't express.
Yeah. Please, let's stop it here only. And that is something that has actually shaken even me from inside out. What should I say? You are a strong woman, Ankita, and you will be an example to many moms you don't even know. Literally, I'm telling you. And
I really pray that, I have realized one thing, with all this incident, I have realized, and today when I see my baby, I have realized, because sometimes you don't understand. The plans, what God has for you and your baby, you don't understand. And it's better, it's a good thing. You don't have to use your brains. Even if God has given you brain, does not make sense thinking too much, because I was so much stressed out. I was so much depressed, upset. But see, God is good. Today when I see my baby, he's a strong baby. He's a fighter baby.
Yeah, he's a fighter. Absolutely a fighter.
That episode have changed me. I have learned few lessons, and I think whatever happens, it happens for good.
Yes.
So yes, whoever is, which if any of mothers who are listening to us, who would be watching this, only one thing, live for today, do not worry, pray and confess life over your kids.
My
That's
God.
the most important thing.
That's a beautiful message from you. That's a beautiful message from you, which will touch many lives, Ankita. You don't even know. It is going to touch.
Amen.
It will, definitely, definitely. Definitely, definitely. Okay, Ankita. So this was your complete story, right? Now, please tell us that I think every mom who matlab, would be eager to know how did you actually take care of your son when he was back from NICU? I mean, what practices you followed as a mother?
So when after 45 days of hospitalization, when doctors gave us green signal that now your baby is okay, you can take him home. He was only 2 kgs. He was very tiny baby because he was born 1.75 kgs. But after the birth, they tend to lose some weight, water weight. So we have seen him to 1.5 kgs also. So when and the hospital discharge procedure is, if the baby is 2 kgs, then he's allowed to go home. So he was very tiny when I was okay. My husband and my older boy, 14 years son, it was very clear for them that the time baby enters the house, forget your mother, forget your wife. I'm going to be only with my Zidane, because I wanted to be there with him 24 hours. And God has blessed us with the motherly instinct, which really works. For me, because of lockdown, nobody from India, my parents, my in-laws, nobody could come. I was not allowed to entertain any outsider, any friends of mine to my house because of the lockdown. It was not allowed. So that phase was a very pathetic phase, but yes, learning phase also. So my motherly instinct helped me a lot. My family support helped me a lot. The support should be there. And I was with my baby for 24 hours. I never left him alone. I mean, when I used to go to washroom also, I was okay. He will be right in front of me because I'm not taking chance. I don't want him to go back to hospital. So yes, I was observing everything. I was in touch with nurses and doctors. Let's say for his potty, sometimes babies tend to have green potty and yellow potty. I'm so sorry for this example.
No, that's perfect. That happens.
It will help if you are in touch with some professional, if you're in touch with nurses, doctors, right? So I used to do the same thing. So the hospital where I was admitted, I truly think I'm blessed that I went to that hospital. That's the amazing hospital. Nurses, doctors were always there. So I used to message them immediately that, okay, this is a picture. Is my baby okay? Because when baby is very tiny, you cannot give him bath. You cannot bathe him. You cannot feed him too much. You have to make sure that you handle him properly, because you cannot even lift his legs to make him wear the diaper. And because my baby was very small, so I was ordering all the preemies clothes, preterm baby's diaper. So only 2 things I would suggest to do for all those who might. I will pray that nobody should go through this. But 2 things: family support is important. Praying is very important. I have heard from many mothers that they get into depression, postnatal depression. Trust me, it does not work. For me, I kept myself, my identity, my things, my problems aside when my baby came home. Of course, I went through the depression. My depression started from the time my water broke. But that was not the time when I showed that, okay, I'm depressed, I need attention. That was the time when I wanted the attention to be and focus to be on my baby. So even if you are depressed, if anyone out there who's watching us, if they think they're struggling with postnatal depression, trust me, it's a phase. It will pass. That's the time when you have to focus on your baby instead of yourself. Okay, so I'm not telling that mothers should not take care of themselves, but the depression, the hormonal imbalance, everything will happen. We are human. and God has created us in that way. But keep the focus on baby. So that will help mother instinct and family support.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. And you're a strong woman, Ankita. Only these words from my side. You are this, I mean, not the strong, you are, I think, one of the strongest women. Very, very, very strong. So,
Thank you so
we
much.
should learn so much things from you. I will definitely call you up after this session and I will talk to you properly. I mean, I have to learn so many things from you.
Most
Right.
welcome. I would be blessed if I could
Yes.
share my feelings and experience with you.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So now let's talk about some good things, right? Tell
Yes.
us about your venture. What's the name of your venture first?
So I'm a home baker and home chef, and my venture's name is Manna Bakes.
Yeah.
M-A-N-A. So people they get confused. They are like, okay, hi Manna, what is your price list?
Yes,
So my name
yes.
I'm
Okay,
Manna.
one question can I ask? Why this name, Manna?
That's what I was explaining. Okay, so I believe in Jesus, right? I'm a believer, and from day one, I'm from HR profession. I used to be HR profession. I used to be HR generalist, and I have 12 years of experience, right? So I had never done any cooking before coming to Singapore. It's only when I came to Singapore and when I saw that my older son is not enjoying his food when I'm at work. He does not like taking his own food, and he was suffering, So I was like, okay, I have to take a call, and I have to choose. I have to make a choice. So yes, by choice, I got into food business, and now it has become my passion because I love creating and inventing new healthy recipes. So that's how I got into my business. Now, because what I was telling is I'm a believer, right? And from day one, I always told Jesus that whenever I start my business, there would be something. The name of my venture would be from Bible. So Manna means bread,
Manna means?
right? Manna means bread.
Oh,
Bread. Right.
okay.
So, if you refer or if you check Google in Old Testament, Jesus used to give manna, bread from heaven directly to his people.
Right. Wow.
Oh. That's how manna. So this was the first thing which came in my mind. But after 2 years of time, after 2 years of my venture, one of my cousin called me randomly, and he's like, oh, did you give name to your venture on because of your for your parents with your parents' initials? I was like, how? No, I did not give. And then he told me, no, Manna is M-A-N for my father's first name, 3 alphabets, and Na is for my mother's last 2 alphabets. I was like, wow, amazing. I never planned. So now, yes, I think my heavenly father and my worldly parents are involved, and this venture name is very important.
Right, absolutely. So Ankita, please tell us that how did you basically start, and how did you approach rather your clients first?
So one day, when you are working, when you're doing a job for 12 years, and when you have a habit of seeing money in your bank account, and all of a sudden it stops, trust me, as a human, it's a pinch, it's a hard pinch. All of a sudden you start feeling that you're useless, you're good for nothing. The same in my life, when by choice I left my job, and okay, so it was my decision to leave my job, right, for my son, because I wanted him to eat properly. But within 15 days, 20 days, I started getting depressed, and I was like, see, my money will not come. What will I do? I'll have to compromise this. I'll be burdened on my hubby. My hubby will have to. And Singapore being a very expensive country, I was getting very much worried, And so one fine day, I saw a post that one lady is searching for Ladi Pav, the Indian pav, Haji Pav.
Yeah.
And I was baking those pavs for my family, because the pav which you get in Singapore is a very sweet pav. It's not Ladi Pav. Nobody was doing at that point in time. Nobody was baking Ladi Pav.
Yeah.
So I simply sent her a picture on the same comment, same post. I said, okay, I can do it for you. And I sent the picture of pav which I baked. That was my first post.
Wow.
And that's how I got into this business. I was charged very little for the pavs. But I think the reason why I got into baking, reason why I started baking is because of Ladi Pav.
Yes.
So-
Wow.
For 1 year, I was selling Ladi Pav because I was confident in Ladi Pav. But simultaneously for my baby, for my son, older one, I was baking healthy. So all those clients who were trying my Ladi Pav, they were very impressed and they were like, okay, what other things you have in your menu? That's how I started increasing, and that's how I started getting bit
Oh my
of
God. Wow, that's an inspiring journey and a good take from you that how to actually start, how to approach clients. And I am getting this feeling I want to try your Adi Pav now. I am feeling so hungry with all these. Oh my, I've seen the pictures on your Facebook page, and I usually see them at the night after my daughter sleeps. And I get so hungry that time, and it's generally 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the night, and I have no option to go anywhere. You
oh
are
my god.
so young.
Now my menu considers mostly the things which is not available here and just typical Indian food like muska pav. You don't get it here. Yeah, keema pav, all those things.
Yeah. Please stop it now.
Please keep in mind I'm vegetarian. I'm pure vegetarian.
Oh.
I don't even eat egg.
Oh my
But I
God.
cook everything.
All right. So Ankita, you are a chef. You are a mother. You are an entrepreneur. I mean, what not? How do you manage all these roles?
I think it happens.
How do you manage?
I love baking and cooking. I love babies. So I think the thing which gets ignored is my husband. Okay, so my hubby is very nice. I mean, he's very supportive. My older boy is very mature. He's 14 years old. He's a professional soccer player. He's very matured. So I think because of their support and help, I'm able to do what I'm doing today. Otherwise, no chance. Because see, now we are talking, my baby's awake and my two boys, they're taking care of him. So there are many times, like today morning I had an order. I had to wake up at 6 o'clock. So they were awake and they were taking care of my baby. So I think family support is something very important, very crucial in your life. If you have support from family, you can do wonders in your life.
Right.
That's my experience.
Absolutely.
That is how, I believe that God's grace is the first important thing. But secondly, the family comes in the picture.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Okay, so now please share some of your best baking tips with our viewers.
Okay, so best baking tips is always use fresh ingredients, especially baking soda,
Number one.
baking powder, yeah. Especially baking soda, baking powder, and yeast.
Oh.
Secondly, never cheat with your clients. Never cheat them because they will not understand. Now I'm baking and I'm cooking for my clients from last 3.5 years. 3.5 years, right? If I plan to cheat, they will never understand. But the fear of God in me. Sometimes I feel, let's make some more profit by using margarine instead of butter. We are humans. We get evil thoughts. And initially, when I started my business to get more profit, I got thoughts. But then I was like, what if the same thing happens with me? If I order somewhere, order some cake or bread, and if they do the same thing with me, I will never come to know. But still, so always be faithful with your clients. No matter you are selling them $2 product or $10 or $200 product.
Right.
These two things have helped me a lot. My clients, with home bakers and home chefs, your clients will not come for a taste. Because taste they can get anywhere. They can go to a restaurant, they can go to street food. They will not come to you. They will come to you for the ingredients, for the quality you maintain, and for the hygiene purpose, right? If you trust me, and I have realized if you are faithful, at least try to be faithful, then God is going to bless you. I am from HR background, never done anything, never took any courses, never went to any school. Today I'm baking and I have amazing clients, They don't want to go to anyone else. I have to tell them, I have to push them, okay, I'll recommend someone else because I have a baby, I cannot cook and bake a lot. I don't have a help also, right? But they are ready to wait. So I think God's presence in your life makes a change. Your character makes a change. Your faithfulness will take you, take you higher and higher. So these three things are important for any business. And for baking, yes, fresh ingredients. Bake with love. Love is what matters a lot.
The most important ingredient, right? Okay. So can you please share one of your best recipes with us? Any?
So you want me to give the measurement also, or maybe you can I can tell you later. You can just
we will mention it in the description box below. You can give.
So you let me know. My signatures are cakes and like healthy cakes and breads. So you let me know. Let's hear from viewers maybe whatever they want.
Yes, and absolutely. Whatever recipe they So whatever recipe. So we can request our viewers that whatever recipe they desire for, they can just mention in the comments box and we'll put the recipe.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Great. So that would be a great idea, and you will be getting many comments on that also. Yes. Good. So finally, your best tips for women who actually wish to start their own cooking venture.
Don't go for second thought. Just get into it.
Start it. Yes.
Start.
Yeah.
Even if you have to sell things for 100 rupees, when I started my business, the first laddi pav. No, not first. First 100 laddi pav, which I sold, was for $5 for 12 laddis, which is considered to be very cheap here. My husband, till date, he taunts me. Oh, you started with $5 business, But I was like, yes, so what? But that helped me gain my popularity, right? And if you start a venture, you need a practice. So don't run behind money. First, earn your, you have to work on your quality, ingredients, recipe. Clients will come. If you, for any women out there who really wants to get into food business, I think they should start. If they have three things in mind, if they keep three things in mind: quality, hygiene, ingredients, faithfulness,
right,
please go for it. You will get clients automatically. You will not have to do any marketing. I never did any marketing.
Right. But you are a wonderful mother, Ankita. You are a wonderful human. You are a wonderful woman. What should I say about you? It was a wonderful.
Oh my God.
It was a wonderful question. You are beautiful inside out. You are beautiful. You are amazing.
Thank you so much, Kritika. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thanks to you, dear, for connecting with us, for taking this. Coming online when your baby is awake is not easy, right? It's not easy, but you did it, and you're online, and you would be helping many moms with your suggestions, with your story.
I really wish.
You will be an encouragement, Ankita, definitely.
Amen. Thanks to you. I'm so happy that I was telling my hubby the other day, I'm so happy Gitika contacted me, even if I'm not very popular. But yes, I always wanted to share my experience because in India, preterm babies and mothers don't get the support which we get overseas.
Right.
So I will not put any system out there, but I don't know why the support thing is lacking in India. So I always wanted to share my experience and my, few tips. I wanted to be a bit helpful at least. And thanks to you, you gave me that opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was lovely connecting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.